Good, good, good.
So I learned.
All right.
So now I have to find another lady under an umbrella.
Yeah.
It's yours. Okay.
All right.
And then we have the closet.
All right, let's do this.
We have the glass one.
All right, everybody, let's get started. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. First of all, I want to thank you guys for coming in today. I know it's 9 a.m., so I'm excited to teach you guys about lead generation, finding leads, right? Yeah, yes, that's why we got into this business, right? To meet and talk to strangers. Relationship. To get some out. Yep. To buy and sell houses, right? So before we get into the material today, I'll just go ahead and briefly introduce myself, who I am, who's going to be teaching today. So my name is Jason Quevedo. I've been in the business about 3 to 4 years now in real estate. I dove in real estate completely, just full time. Probably wouldn't recommend that because it's kind of tough. I actually did come from eXp Realty and then joined KW, so I decided to upgrade. And not only that, I am and not only that, I am with the Pulaskis Realty team, and we are the number one team in the AV. So, okay. So, before we get into class today, I just want to get to know a little bit of you guys because you guys are a couple of new faces. So, if everyone could just stand up real quickly. So, I want to get to know you guys. So, I just want to go ahead and have you guys introduce yourself. Just name, how many years you've been in the business, license, and then a fun little fact about yourself.
Oh, you start with me?
Yes, and we'll do it pretty quickly, okay?
My name is Samira.
Okay,
This
nice to meet you.
February, thank you. This February will be 2 years.
Okay.
And fun little fact, I don't know. I'm a Disney loving Persian.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's cool. Okay, nice to meet you, Sarah.
Thank you.
All right, I kind of know Clara, but go ahead, Clara.
Yeah, I've been licensed since 1989,
Wow.
and actually I started down in Santa Clarita with another brokerage that I don't think exists anymore.
Uh-huh.
And then when I came to the Santa Clarita, to Antelo Valley, then I joined in '96. I joined Century 21 Yards.
Woo.
So I was there for about 15 years.
Yeah.
But then, discovered Keller Williams, so,
There you go, upgraded. How about you?
Hi, Jarita Willis and
Jarina?
Jarita.
Jarita. Okay, nice to meet you, Jarita.
And I've been here, December was a year.
December.
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
That's it.
What's a fun little fact about yourself?
A fun fact
Yeah.
that I like to laugh a lot.
Okay.
I like to.
I like to laugh too.
Yeah, I kind of tell little jokes.
Okay.
Clara knows I talk and I like to, Armando knows.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
That.
Okay.
That's it.
They have a good sense of humor. Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. What about you?
My name is Ronald.
Nice to meet you, Ronald.
I've done real estate since 2001, 2002. Started reading up on my own. Bought some property, rented out, but been licensed for a few months.
For a few months.
Yeah. I guess that was my fun fact.
Yeah. So kind of investor. You've already had kind of okay. So you have some experience too.
My name's John. Started 4 months ago.
Okay, dig. All right.
Originally KW. Prior to that was retail for 25 years.
Retail.
Fun fact: I'm a big sports guy.
What sport?
Everything. My go-to is NASCAR.
Oh, it is NASCAR. That's pretty cool. Okay. Let's go over here. Good morning.
My name is Maribel Mendoza.
Maribel.
And I just got my license last year in April.
Okay.
And I enjoy Keller Williams and May first.
Awesome.
I think it's the best decision that I did.
Yes, it is.
And I'm here.
Awesome. Fun fact.
I love to dance. I love
Oh.
Ron. And what kind of music?
What type of dance?
Oh, what type? Anytime.
Oh.
I didn't know I'm not but I just. And I love to cook too.
Oh, dang. Okay.
I enjoy a lot to be in my home.
Okay. Awesome. Nice to meet you. I know we kind of spoke, but go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm super new to the industry. It's my third career change.
Uh.
I worked in the eyewear industry for 12 years, then the aerospace.
Uh-huh.
But I'm born and raised in Torrance.
Yep.
Being in the Southern California bubble, thinking the future's bleak regarding being able to buy a home. As a single female, did not think home would ever be affordable, so I moved to Oklahoma. Bought my first home, and ever since then, I've been like, why isn't anyone living in a home they need to not pay money on rent?
Yeah.
So that's how I got the real estate bug. Fun fact, I like to make jewelry. I make bracelets.
Oh, there you go. Okay. That's pretty cool.
My little therapy craft.
That's your therapy crowd. Awesome. All right. Nikki?
What's up, guys? My name is Nick. I've been in the business 4 years now. I actually just renewed my license in December.
Uh-huh.
And fun fact, I come from a family of 11. 8 boys and 3 girls, all from the same mom, dad. No halves. Yeah. Oldest one is 30, he'll be 35 this year. And then my youngest brother's 16. Yeah. Yeah. I'm like 7 out of 11. Yeah.
That's a good number.
Yeah.
Number 7. Yeah. And then JD, last one. I know you guys know JD. Yeah.
JD, 17 years in the industry, and fun fact, I'm part of
Yeah. There you go. There you guys go. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and get started. So, like I said, my goal for you guys today is to learn how to lead generate, how to defend yourself against that victim mentality, really how to get over the fear of reaching out to people you don't know, and even the people you do know. Because sometimes, does anyone ever get scared of cold calling someone? Raise your hand. You do? Are you guys scared of cold calling? No? Little nervous? Does anyone get scared of reaching the people you do know and asking them for business?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so we're going to diagnose that today, okay? So that's our goal. So quick thing, let's go to the next thing. Armando, can you do the next slide? Okay, perfect. You guys should have briefly touched on this already, but just a quick little recap. You guys already talked about how to become the real estate expert. We're going to be talking about lead generation today. Then comes lead follow-up, which you will learn in the next classes, and then finally how to do the transaction. The next, perfect. Thank you. Okay, so today's segment is generating your leads. In the next segments, you'll learn how to grow your database, capture leads with open houses, capture leads with social media, and then capture leads through other types of lead sources as well. Okay, so let's go ahead, go here. So as we go today's class, I want you guys to start thinking about questions, okay? Start thinking about what's holding you back from making that cold call. What's holding you guys back from reaching out to the family you do know, okay? So let's move on. So for today's agenda, we're gonna be covering 4 things, okay, by the end of today. Today, we are going to be going over your lead generation model, contacting the people who know you and they know you. Number 2 is we're gonna be talking about your sphere of influence, the people you know in your life who know, like, and trust you. Number 3, we'll learn how to expand your SOI or your sphere of influence, turning someone you don't know into a sphere of influence, to someone who does like and trust you, right? So a complete stranger. And then the last thing is we're gonna go over the best lead gen practices when it comes to lead generating moving forward, okay? Let's go ahead and go here. Okay, so this is a quote by Mr. Gary Keller. Claire, can you read that for me here?
My fear of failure was greater than my fear of lead generation.
Yes. Yep, his fear of failure, Gary Keller, my fear of failure was greater than my fear of lead generating, right? So we need to go ahead and start thinking about what's holding me back from talking to strangers, talking to people I don't know. Start thinking about that. Let's move on. All right. Okay. You guys should have already kind of covered this in Ignite Session 2, the 6 core competencies of business. But pretty much what lead generation includes, it's reaching out to potential leads, sellers, buyers, people who are looking to do business, right? Even reaching out to investors too, right? Building a relationship with an investor, someone who's looking to buy a cash deal and then flip it, sell with you again, right? You can get, you know, what's really cool, I'm sure he knows about this, but last year I worked with two people. I found a seller who was looking to get an all cash offer under market value. The seller needed the money quick, right? I had a relationship with an investor. The investor wired the money to escrow within 4 days. That's 2 transactions, and then he sold it again with me. So that's something that's really, I'm sure you know about that.
That's what I want to kind of focus on.
Okay.
More on the investment side, because that's where I'm also getting more leads on that side.
Yeah. You have some experience in that. Okay. So that's another way to, but I did that, and I met that investor through cold calling, just so you guys know. So through cold calling, I met an investor, formed a relationship to do that. So just think about that. There's different ways, there's different lead sources. So let's go ahead and move on to the next one. Okay. So here's a couple of lead generation fears and myths. Okay. I think lead generation is really difficult. I think talking to people is hard, right? I don't have time to lead generate. I just don't have time in my busy schedule to call people, right? Another one is, I don't know what to say. What do I say? I'm new in this business. I don't know what to say. What if I mess up, right? I mean, have you guys ever had some similar thoughts to this? Yes? Yeah, everyone does. And let's be honest, everyone goes through that, right? When I started in business and I just kind of threw myself in, I think one thing that my main fear was my fear of messing up, stuttering in front of someone I meet, I don't know what to say, or going on an appointment with a seller who has a lot more experience, who has sold 3 houses. What is this guy gonna tell me? This guy looks young, right? So that's a fear I had. So any fear you have, or reaching out to a person, well, another fear too, a big one, was I don't want to reach out to my family members because they know I just started. And I'm asking them to sell their biggest asset in their life, right? That's a fear, that's a myth that we tell ourselves. So we need to start changing that. So one thing that Gary Keller did is he pretty much got that limiting belief and he started to change it, right? So instead of saying, I think lead generation is really difficult, he said, you know, I was confusing effort with enjoyment. Lead generation is actually easy. It's just not fun, right? That rejection isn't fun sometimes, right? It's only temporary though, right? I mean, are you gonna die if someone says no to you? If they don't want to buy or sell, are you gonna die? No, exactly. So you gotta start to change those limiting beliefs. I don't have time to lead generate. I had an issue of making time to lead generate and protecting that time. Something that's really important when it comes to lead generation is you need to time block your time when it comes to lead generation, okay? You have to treat it like an appointment with a seller or buyer, right? You're not gonna be scrolling through Instagram in front of a seller, right? You need to time block that time and take care of that time. Number 3, I don't know what to say. I had to get on the path of mastering the dialogue skills needed in this business. You guys have got to practice. You guys have got to role play, right? When I was starting, because I didn't know what to say, I had that fear, I would role play every day in the morning, 7:30, with someone. What to say. Experience it. Feel like you're there in that situation. You don't want to go to the door and not know what to say, right? You practice. You got to role play. Number 4 is I'm afraid of making mistakes. He said, I found that lead generation is nothing more than a set of tasks and skills that are well documented. I mean, you're going to make mistakes in anything in life, right? You're going to make mistakes in real estate. That's normal. You just got to overcome it. You'll get more experience as it comes. So we need to start changing that mindset. Okay, let's go ahead and go to the next slide. Okay. And just quick question. Who would like to share what's one of their biggest fears right now when it comes to lead generation? Anyone? Okay, go ahead.
One of those things, I'm not scared to talk to people, though, like,
Okay.
engage with them. And plus, I don't mind the mistakes part because
Everything's
everything's a lesson.
a
Good
lesson.
and bad, it's a lesson.
Okay.
But definitely feel a little underprepared language wise as far as what are the facts and what when and the step by step process. And time is a big factor for me.
Time.
That's the biggest hurdle.
Okay. Tell me a little bit more about time. What about it?
Swamped between work, this,
Yeah.
dad being
Squeezing it in.
yeah, everything is just it's a lot.
Okay. Perfect. Perfect. And
I think me, it's just the knowledge. You know, it's like
knowledge.
the questions that some of the buyers and the sellers ask. Sometimes
Mhm.
it's like, you know, like my previous business, like I had answers to everything, right? Like I was the one that everybody called
Right.
because I knew the solutions, right?
Yeah.
Like,
You're the guy. You're
yeah,
the
like
guy.
not knowing is like,
It's scary.
it's like, they'll tell you, well, I don't
Yeah.
know how much I can afford. It's like, well, like, like, I mean, I know break it down, right? I know the
Right.
directions
Right.
to go, right? But I don't know how to answer it. Like
Yeah.
somebody asked me a couple weeks ago, like, well, I was looking at buying a foreclosed home. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know it's a good thing or a bad thing. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know the ups and the downs
Yeah.
yet, right? So it's
Yeah.
like learning that side of the business, just the unknowns, right?
Yeah. The unknowns. I think something you say, that's something that I experienced in the beginning a lot, right? Because I had never even owned a home, right? So that's something that you are going to experience in this business. And it's just something that a great answer is what I'll say to. And 90% of the time when I started, I would say that, that's a great question. I'm going to get back to you and learn. And I'll get back to you real quickly on that. And you just got to be confident in that.
No,
Yeah,
100%. I mean,
yeah.
yes, my way out of it, right? Find solutions down
Yeah.
the road, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Fake it till you make it.
But
Fake it till you
at the
make
same
it.
time, like I want to be able to.
Of course, you want to be the guy who has that answer, who has it already, and just with time, with time. So let's
Can I
go
share
ahead.
something? Can I share something?
Yes.
Okay, it says file tablet under me, but I don't know why it's doing that. But when I first started in '03, I checked with this one man I started at Century 21 Yarra, where Sam Rafe actually was there at the
Wow.
time. But this Mark Pearson, he had big trophies, 3-foot trophies all around his office. And so I asked him what his advice was to a new agent. So he said, okay, Gail. And later on, he said, the difference between you and everyone else is that you did what I said, because I had my picture in the paper as the leading listing agent for the month, just a year after I started. But the thing is that it takes 2 hours to go to 100 doors. And I time everything. People laugh at me. They go, well, why do you always say how much time it takes? Because I do evangelism too, and I give out 100 tracts a day. So that takes less than 30 minutes. People go, oh, I don't have time. But if you go out for 2 hours, say 1 to 3, and you knock doors and you have a flyer and a card, I could tell you story after story of who I met at the door, because when you meet someone at the door who's ready to do something, you've got a connection right there. You've cut
Yep.
it out. They don't have to call anyone or go online or look. You're right there and you listen to them. And you can do it the same script at every door. You don't have to change it because it's a different door. It's a different people. I have a short script and I've got a clipboard with a information form. And if they want to either buy, sell, invest, go into real estate as a career, or know somebody, I hand them my board and they fill it out. And that's what I'm looking forward to doing. I'm kind of just starting back up because I've had a lot of bumps in the road. So
Awesome.
I started in '03. But Mark Pearson would say, if you go door to door, knock doors, and see eye to eye with people, you'll meet people, you'll have business, because there's people out there that have to do something. And
Yeah.
so I got to a door once and the lady, I just said my pitch. It's like, hi, I'm Gail with Keller Williams. How are you? I'm looking for people wanting to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, or know anybody who does, or maybe wants to refi or go into real estate as a career. And I shut up and they talk and they start talking about what's going on. And then I handed my form, and you can get in 2 hours, 100 doors. I'm just giving you that.
Right. Right. Right.
But
Yeah.
don't go with someone where you're talking. People like they got a headache, they got a footache, they don't want to go. I go alone.
Yeah. 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 When you feel you don't have time, right? you gotta say, how can I create time for myself, right?
Well,
Let's say
2 hours isn't too long. The one lady
exactly.
in her head, she said, "My husband's being transferred. We have to sell our house and move." And I was there Saturday and listed it and referred them to Pensacola, Florida. But there was one group, they were loading a moving truck and they didn't have a sign in the yard. And I got the listing and, I actually double ended it with an open house. So it's out there,
Yeah.
Mark Pearson, he's retired now, probably as a multimillionaire. He said door to door, making calls, doing mailings, and getting referrals. But the main one was door to door, first one.
Yeah. Yeah, door to door. That's something that that is, can't really see. It looks like Gail. Gail. Yeah, that's Gail. Gail, Stacy's gonna call you, okay?
Okay.
All right. Um, sorry, I got a little bit off track. So something about lead generating, getting deals in real estate, besides contacting the people you don't know, going out to people you don't know, one of the number one lead source is going to be your sphere of influence, right? The people you know, right? So just start thinking about, I mean, everyone knows someone who's looking to buy and sell. I mean, have you ever had like a cousin who's going to buy or sell a home one time in your life? Right. Those are going to be the easiest transactions you'll have because they already know, like, and trust you, right? So later today too, we're going to be talking about sphere of influence, how to contact your sphere, how to contact even family and not coming out as salesy, right? It's just a natural relationship, takes time. Okay, so I want to go ahead and do an activity to show you just how much money you guys can make in your phone. So everyone, do me a favor and pull out your phones real quickly. Go to your contact list, okay? So go out to the bottom of your contact list and look at how many contacts you have on your phone. Samir, right? Go to it should be at the bottom. And let me know when you guys got it. You got it? You get it?
I get so many apps. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's gonna be all the way on the bottom of your contact list. How many people does it say on yours?
It doesn't.
Let me see.
Mine doesn't say it. Maybe it's at
Oh, the Android. Who is Android? You have it too?
At the very left-hand corner.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, you go to there.
Oh.
Little lines.
right at the top.
Right there. She has 575. Oh. It's okay. It's okay. All right, you guys have it all? Okay, I want you guys to write that down. Okay? Write down that number real quickly. And then next to it, we're going to put A. So put A and then put that number down, okay? So we're going to find out how much money is in your phone right now in your contact list. Next thing is we're going to find out how many deals are in those contacts right now. So according to NAR, the typical person moves every 8 years. And according to the 2020 census, the home ownership rate in the US is 64.8% of your database. So if we can assume that 64.8% of the contacts in your phone are home owners, they're gonna move every 8 years, okay? So what we're gonna do is I want you to multiply the number you just put down by 0.081 and put B next to it, okay? So I think what yours was like 575, right?
Yeah.
So you're gonna multiply that by 0.081 and then put B. Mm-hmm. Let me see. How many do you?
81.
Yes, 81. I want you to put B and write it down. Got it? You guys got it? Everyone's got it? Okay. So this means that in your contact, in your phone right now, whatever that number is, that's how many deals you got in your phone. someone's gonna do business with that number of what's yours, Samir?
46.5.
46 deals in real estate. Okay, that's if you're nurturing and you're calling them. Okay. Now, besides those people that are going to sell or buy real estate right now, there's also another way to get deals is through referrals, right? I mean, these people in your phone, they should know and trust you. Wouldn't they be willing to give you a lead? Some of them you would hope, right? If you're nurturing them and building a good relationship and actively asking for referrals, you should get at least 10% of them. Okay? So if you have 600 contacts in your phone, you take 10% of that, that's 60 deals that you could get just through referrals. Okay? So I want you guys to put that on C. Put the number of contacts on your phone times 0.10. Okay? Yeah. You have 12,000 contacts?
No.
Oh.
So that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
let me-
go to your...
So do the total number of
Okay,
contacts times
154
0.1.
Okay.
Yeah, 10%
times
times 0.1. 0.1.
0.1.
That's 15.4 deal. 15 deal. Okay. So now for D, we're going to find out how many deals in total is in the phone. Okay. I want you guys to add B plus C for D. Okay. You should be rich right now. Claire knows where I'm going with this. Everyone got it? You guys got it? Okay, gotcha. And what would you guys say is the average commission here in Palmdale, Lancaster right now? 9,000? 9,000? 9,000? Okay, $9,000. Okay, so what we're gonna do is on line D, you're gonna multiply that by 9,000. Okay? And it should be a pretty big number. A pretty nice number, right? Right? Mm-hmm. Whoa, Clara.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, what's your number?
936,600.
Wow.
75.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Clara, what's your number?
1.6.
1.6 million? Only 1.6, Claire?
Yeah.
That's a little bit, right?
Yeah.
What about yours? How much do you have?
1,775,610.
Oh my God. And yours? $1.4 million in your phone right now? So just think about that when you're calling someone, right? Or when you're looking at your phone. I got $1 million in my phone. All I have to do is just call them. That's all you have to do. So let's go on. And your phone is a database, right? Who here has a CRM? Raise your hand. Who has a CRM? She has a CRM? You have your CRM? Yeah. Yeah, Command. You guys should all have a CRM, okay? Even your phone is considered a CRM, right? I know some realtors, they don't even have a CRM and they just use their phone to call everyone. So just keep that in mind. You have the opportunity to get that money out there. You could at least get half, right? Maybe a quarter. Wouldn't $250,000 sound good? Sound really good, right? It's there. All you have to do is just call them. All right, let's go over a couple aha. What'd you guys learn from that activity? Anything else? What'd you guys learn?
It's important to set time blocks for times you gotta call people.
Time blocks? What'd you learn, Claire? No, lot of money.
Actually, I was thinking that because of my, issues that I have with time, I need to, I will put this new year, I'll put, instead of 9 to 11 lead generation, I'll put appointment.
Yes.
Medical appointment.
Yes.
Medical appointment, because I take my medical appointment very seriously.
Yeah.
So I think if I know that if I do the same thing
Then you
with
won't
lead
put it
generation, I'll stick to it because
Yep.
it will
That's
depend
smart.
on my financial health.
Yep. Yeah, you have to. You have to treat your lead generation time like an appointment. You can't stop doing it. It's
Not with this number.
not with this number, right? Not with the $1 million just waiting for you. It's just waiting for you to go and call them. It's been waiting. All right, let's go to the next slide. All right. So let's go. All right, so let's go ahead and go into our lead generation model. So KW has a model for everything in real estate, right? So here's our lead generation model. I know it doesn't look the prettiest, but pretty much it works like this, right? You get a lead, you capture it, you put it in your database, your KW command system. You basically categorize them as a lead, someone who is going to buy and sell pretty soon, or a contact, someone you're building a relationship with, right? After that, you're gonna build the relationships, take a lead, turn them into a contact, set an appointment, put them under escrow, and then close. And then you just go ahead and you repeat that. And in the same time, you're asking for referrals because once you close with someone, now you can get referrals because they already trust you. So that's all real estate is. And that's what lead generation, but it all starts from lead generation. So you guys got to start getting in the habit of calling people, okay? Without that, it doesn't matter how good you are at selling homes. It doesn't matter if you know everything. If they don't know you, they're not gonna transact with you, right? So start calling. Who knows the difference between prospecting and marketing? What's the difference? Someone share. So prospecting pretty much is going out actively to find business, okay? Marketing is more of a long-term approach. That could be putting your sign up like on the street. Prospecting is door knocking, cold calling, actively reaching out, right? When it comes to prospecting, what's the benefit of prospecting? It doesn't cost a lot of money. And if you're starting, unless you have a lot of money, that's what you're gonna be doing most of the time, right? You're gonna go actively door knock. Doesn't cost, you could go down the street and start door knocking. That doesn't cost money, right? If you don't have a lot of money to invest for social media ads, to invest into those billboards, you're gonna be prospecting. So just know that if you got in this business, you will prospect, okay? And it can be scary at first, but you'll get used to it. I mean, I remember when I first joined, my mentor, Thomas Palaskis, when I joined, he was like, if you don't know anyone who's gonna buy or transact, you're gonna go need to knock on some doors. And I was like, me knock on some doors? I don't wanna knock on a door, Thomas. And he was like, well, do you wanna make money? I was like, yeah, I wanna make money. He's like, all right, go knock on doors. I was like, okay, Thomas, I'll go. So I took my nice little Canva flyers to go promote his listing, just listed. Went to the door. I was nervous. I went, I knocked, and I heard someone say, I'm coming. And I was like, I got this. And I heard the footsteps getting closer, and I just walked away. I walked away, right? And I went to my car, and I was like, I can't do this, man. I can't do this. I went home. So then I went to Thomas. I said, I don't know if I can do this, man. He's like, go try it again. So the next time I went, I knocked, and I walked away again. So what I do after that? Okay? So then I called Thomas. I don't know, man. He's like, go put a flyer at your door. Get in the habit of doing it. So I started putting flyers. I started putting 50, then 100, then 150, then 200. And then I would meet people in the street. People on the street are pretty nice, and they're forced to talk to you because they don't have a door. So then I started approaching the people in the street. And then I started getting the mindset, oh man, maybe this isn't so hard, right? It's not so hard to talk to people. So you got to get in the habit of doing that. So let's go to the next slide. So, okay, once we prospect, we're going to go ahead and put those leads in a database. Kind of like I've said before, you're going to separate them into leads and contacts. Leads are people who, leads could be an open house lead, right? You know they have an interest. They've gave you permission to reach out to them. You just got to make the call. Would you guys say people will do business with you from the first time with meeting you in real estate? Yes or no? No, right?
Not realistic.
It's not realistic. They do not know you. So what do? You got to cultivate that relationship. You got to build rapport. You got to stay in touch. Most people you meet at an open house, they might not even buy that year. They might buy next year. So in that time being, you got to form a relationship with them, right? They got to know you. And how do you do that, right? You keep them informed with the market, okay? You send a little postcard their way, maybe on their birthday when you find out. Something I do when I'm sending postcards after I had a really good conversation with someone is I'll send a postcard saying, you know, Janice, it was great meeting you. I feel so lucky to have met you. I hope you're just as lucky with this lotto ticket. And I'll put a little lottery scratcher ticket. It's a little cheesy, but it works. People feel connected, right? So you got to go ahead and cultivate that relationship moving forward. And then after you cultivated that relationship, sometimes the people you have good relationships with, they're really not in the market. You got to go get referrals from them. And you do the same thing over and over and over again, moving forward. So let's go ahead and go to the next one. Some other forms of communication. I mean, we have the phone call, email, text message, face-to-face, KW app, or the postcard, like I said. The phone call, though, is going to be the most effective when it comes to reaching out, right? I would say phone call. Phone call, they're going to answer the most. That's when you're going to say, huh? Yeah, you got to clean up your contacts. There's a lot of money waiting in that. Emailing is also a good form to stay at top of mind moving forward because they're going to see your name all the time, right? Face to face, go have a cup of coffee with them. Take them out. I think you said you took someone out to coffee. Who said they took someone out to coffee? Oh, you did? Yeah, that's a great way to build a relationship. It really helps.
Well, I sent her. She was a door knock. I was canvassing before an open house.
Yeah.
And so she was a door knock, and she had me in her house for like 3 hours. And we were chit chatting. We talked about so many levels. And I sent her a card with one of the calendars from Gavar, the little pocket calendars.
Yeah.
That really got to her.
Yeah.
And then I invited her to coffee. So a little bit more nurturing, but she's 2 properties, so.
There you go.
Yeah. So I'm a little nervous about it because she's going to be a tough one. She's going to be very, very demanding, and I'm learning how to step up to that.
Yeah. Yeah,
Which
but
I'm fine with. I want to be demanding. I like to learn a lot from that.
you do. You definitely do learn. Wouldn't it be great to have a good relation with someone who owns 15 properties, right? You gotta go and have coffee with those people, right? What you did is perfect.
And then coffee, I found out her father owns a filming ranch in Saugus, like 250 acres of land that movies and people film on.
Wow.
Eventually, he's going to want to break that up.
There you go. And you could help with that. That's referrals. But would she have learned that she didn't go to coffee with them? Starbucks.
She hasn't been to Starbucks in years.
There you go. It's that easy.
See, I thought that door knocking is better because you leave an impression. They see you, they get to know, a little bit of you. Versus when you call people, as soon as they start talking, click. I do it when they call me. So I think I would prefer door knocking, but phone calls. I'm gonna have to try that.
Yes, yes, you do. You're gonna have to call people in this business. Door knocking is a great way to generate leads. I mean, you're gonna door knock when you do an open house or just listen. It's a great way to capture leads. But phone call is when most of the time you're gonna set your appointment.
Although one of the doors I did knock on, as soon as I said, "Hi, my name is Samira. I'm with Keller Williams," he just slammed the door in my face, and I went, "Okay," and I just walked away to the next one.
Yep. You just move on.
I was like, that was rude. I would never slam the door in anyone's face that came and knocked on my door, you know?
Yeah.
People are, wow.
I know. But how long did the pain last? That pain of rejection?
Oh,
Or
like
that
a second.
1 second.
Yeah.
And then you just go to the next one. You move on. You keep moving on. Especially like when starting too, I was making, because I couldn't make so many calls because I was so scared to talk to someone because I call a lot of expireds. Who knows what expireds are? Raise your hand. Expired. Do you know what expireds are? Have you guys called expireds?
No.
You have? No.
I want to.
No.
You don't want to?
I want to.
You want to?
You can easily establish a relationship with that person.
Yeah.
You know, and you can continue the communication experience that you have here in the class. You can use it with them. It's like, oh, I'm glad that you're still in your home,
Yeah.
or something like that.
No, exactly. So expireds is going to be a great way if you guys want to get a listing right now. Okay. Just to give you an example, yesterday I called someone around 8:05 a.m. because if you're the first one, you have a best chance to set an appointment. I called her. I was the 10th person to call her, and I set the appointment for today at 4. And she is going to sell, whether it be with me, she's going to sell with someone. So expired's a great lead source, but I did that through calling, through lead generating. I call from 8 to 10 expireds. I have that time block because that's my lead source. So you have guys have got to time block moving forward. Whatever it is, door knocking, got to put that in the calendar moving forward.
Well, I heard that you got to be careful with expireds because they can be like angry because they've been burned before.
Yes.
You know, bad experiences.
Yeah. And that's, I would say expireds is also going to give you, if you're a new agent, you're going to learn the most through expireds because they're going to ask every question because they've already worked with an agent who they're upset. They've worked with an agent who they feel let them down. So that you're going to learn your stuff for an expired. So if you guys really want a lot of experience, expireds is definitely something that you guys should look into. Just for starting off. I mean, you don't have to do it forever, but I would definitely look into that.
I usually ask them one of the questions so I can keep them on the phone. I ask them, the reason I'm calling is because I just want to find out, since your listing expired, whenever. I said, what kind of experience did you have? Is there something that you were expecting from your agent and you didn't get? I'm just doing a survey.
Yeah.
And leave it there.
Yeah. That's a great way. That is a great way. But what was I gonna say? Train of thought. What would you guys say holds you back from calling an expired? Is it just that? What else?
Really just not knowing what to say.
Okay.
But last time I went door knocking, I had my ChatGPT write me a little script and I practiced the heck out of it, and that's what I used, and I got it down, and I realized the first few houses were the hardest and it just got easier. So
Yeah.
It worked.
It's role playing, really. That's what it is. All you have to do is role play and be ready for that question that comes.
And then you just tweak it
Yeah.
as you need to.
That's pretty much what it is. It's just role playing it, practicing it, and then you'll know what to say when the client says it, when the expired says it. So let's go ahead and move on. Okay. Putting it all together. I mean, lead generation is really, it's never going to end. Whether you door knock, whether you cold call, whether you talk to your sphere of influence, it's never going to stop in this business. Even if you build a team of 20 to 50 agents, you're still going to have to lead generate. So just know that. You're still going to have to call people. If you don't want to call people, if you don't want to reach out to people, it's like, why'd you get in the business, right?
Yeah.
You knew you knew you were gonna have to talk to people. Who did it? Who thought people would just come in to you and say, hey, I want to buy or sell? No. So you gotta start getting in the habit of talking to people you don't know, right? You gotta get over that fear. And like I said before, it's best when it's time blocked, and it's really gonna determine the size of your business, okay? Top producers, they're lead generating 4 to 6 hours a day, just so you know, right? They're constantly talking to people. If you're lead generating only 1 to 2 hours a day, right now, it's gonna show 60 to 90 days from now, moving forward. And if you're in a market shift, I mean, are we in a market shift right now?
Yes.
Yeah, you gotta be doing 2 to 4 hours minimum. Because right now, it's not like before when every house was selling. It was going up, it was selling every time. Everyone wanted to buy or sell. It's not like that anymore. You guys have got to get in the mindset to start lead generating 2 to 4 hours a day. What would you say? I think I want to go back to what you said. You said you feel that sometimes you don't have enough time.
Yeah. Right now, my days are slammed between classes, work, the drive,
Yeah.
back and forth to the valley.
Mm-hmm.
But through my job, I am getting a ton of leads because we see so many people.
I was gonna say that's a perfect way. So pretty much what we're gonna cover is a great way because you're always all around. When you're working, you could be lead generating right there, just asking people, hey, who do you know who's gonna buy or sell? That's a great way. It's really just about contacts at the end of the day, how many people you're talking to.
Pretty much, I got rid of all my cards.
You know,
Oh,
I asked Pius, well, I forget his right name, Carlos. No, not Pius, who was the leading Hispanic agent in the country some years back. But I went up to him and I asked him what he did, and he always has cards with him. He said, you always have a card with you, and if you're in line at the grocery store, I was in line at Ross Dress for Less one day, you just hand it to a person that's in front of you or behind you and you talk, and mixing him with another agent, and their names are slipping out of my brain right now, but Ken Mitchell. He
Yeah.
said that he would say when he would talk to someone, who do you know who wants to buy or sell a house right now? So combining the two of them, you know, there's lead generation can be done without it being on your schedule necessarily. You know what I mean? Wherever you're going through the day.
Yeah. Yeah, just going about your day, you can talk to people, right? And that's your sphere of influence, right? If you're working, those are people who know you, who trust you. That's a great way to generate leads.
People have known me for years, and been good so far.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
So.
doctor yesterday looking for a house out in Burbank.
Oh yeah. There you go.
I made a public announcement.
Carlos, man.
And a kid back from my old college days reached out to me, messaged me. Was not expecting that.
There you go. Dang, that's
It's crazy.
yeah. Yeah, the people who already know you are going to be the number one source when it comes to getting business because they already know and trust you. So make sure you guys are contacting them just throughout your day. Or even on Facebook, you guys can just like and comment what they say. That's a great way just to stay in touch with them too. They see you all the time when you're posting.
So that way it doesn't look weird when after
Yeah.
20 years
You give them a
always
call.
send
You give them a,
Hey.
yeah.
Question for you. So
Yeah.
part of the SRAR, is there a better way to find listings in Gilman and Burbank without having to pay those fees first?
No, SRAR is probably going to be the best way to do it. If not, I mean, you could check in Zillow and then contact the agent if you're going to show a house. But to get all the info, it's SRAR. Yeah, it is SRAR.
Wait, why?
SRAR.
Southwest region?
Yeah. It's the MLS over there for Burbank. That's
Oh.
why. Yeah.
Oh, it covers Burbank?
Where is it?
A lot of parts of California, it covers the SAR.
Yeah, a lot of parts, pretty much. Yeah.
I literally just applied for them the other day.
Huh?
And they're trying. I literally just applied for them the other day.
Yeah.
But I wasn't sure if that's what you're talking about.
Yeah, SRAR.
Yeah.
It'll cover most of.
If you go into the SRAR website, you can find a map that you can print
Yeah.
And that gives you access to CRMLS.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Gabar does not. Gabar is not a member of CRMLS.
Yeah, it's just the AV. Most of the AV.
Well, you can just pay the CRMLS fees instead of membership because you're already a member with the
But
Gabar.
with SRAR, no. Gabar is not affiliated with CRMS at all.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, no, but
You gotta have two of them.
you can do it SRAR, yeah, or wherever else.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know it's a lot.
Yeah.
It was worth it.
It is worth
It's
it.
gonna be worth it.
It is going to be worth it. Because once you start doing deals over there, the price point's different out there,
Yeah.
right?
Even if it's 2%.
Even if it's 2%, she
It
said.
doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. All right, let's go ahead and go over your sphere of influence, okay? We kind of touched base on sphere of influence. All right, so let's go ahead and categorize your sphere of influence and expand it, okay? So there's actually more than this, but here's a couple of sphere of influence that you guys should start thinking about reaching out to, right? Obviously, we have your immediate family, your friends, your relatives, your neighbors. Who is at a different job? You can start contacting people from your old job too. That's another SOI. That's another person who knows you might have not connected with. Just start calling them too. Another one is, who's the sports guy? Sports guy right here. There you go. You can start calling your sports group. Anyone you hang out. Oh, you are too? There you go. Start talking about your friends from sports. Talking to them, start talking about real estate or just checking in, building a relationship. Don't lose that connection with them. Use that. I joined this little soccer league, and I met with an old buddy from I reconnected it, and we were just chit-chatting, playing soccer once a week, just once a week. He reached out to me about a week ago. He's gonna buy in Santa Clarita. That's just joining from a sports group, you know? And that's just one. Some of the other guys are calling me to ask me about home prices, but sports group is a great way to also build leads moving forward. If you're a teacher, that's perfect. She just said that. An old college student reached out to her. If you're a teacher, you can reach out to students, you know? Or if you're join any type of club, reach out to them, professional services, financial, legal services, home auto services. I mean, if you have a mechanic, reach out to him, build a relationship with him, ask him for referrals, right? If you're bringing business all the time, you can even get referrals from other real estate agents. When you guys are going to networks, when you guys are going to these KW events, you're meeting people from other states. You can go ahead and ask them to build a relationship with them, and they'll send you a referral because you're the only person they know in California. So that's another great way to go and get leads is from them. They can refer you. And not only that, the real estate services and the other stuff. Okay, let's go ahead and do an activity today. All right, so as you guys think about these 15 categories, I want to take 2 quick minutes to quickly jot down some people that are in your SOI that you don't think are in your phone right now, that you don't have in your contacts right now.
What do you mean? I'm sorry.
So it's okay. I didn't get to the. So we pulled up everyone who's in your contact base and in your phone. I want you guys to go ahead and write down the names of someone who's not in your phone right now. Who's not on your phone? Think about it. And just write that name down.
You're not in my phone.
Put me down. Referral. There you go. That's what exactly. That's what you want. Everyone in Facebook, Instagram. And if you use Snapchat, they're there too. those people are your SOI. Yeah, yeah, those people are your SOI. You got to reach out to those people. Those people are leads. So just keep that in mind. And it could be just simply liking their pictures, sending them a message when you see it. I mean, I'm sure you guys seen someone post like a birthday post or something. Right? You can say happy birthday on that. Yeah. And just keep building that relationship and then message them, just message them, checking in on them. Like, hey, how are you? And that's a great way to connect. So that's another way to attack your SOI, to talk to the people there. Okay. And then so besides that though, who here has another way to build relationships is people in who has a hairstylist? Hairstylist? That's a great one to build a relationship with. There you go. You got to write that name down, build a relationship with them. They are going to, they're talking to so many people. If they know you're a realtor, ask them for business. So write them down. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and move on. Okay. So expanding your SOI. Okay. And when you're putting these leads in your database, you need to capture all the information that they can give you, right? So what does that look like? What are you going to ask for when you're putting them in your database? Email, phone number, home address, date of birth, work address. He said social. Social. When they bought the house. Anniversary gift. When they bought the house, you got to do that too. You got to capture all the info. And what we do with that info is we follow up with that info, right? It's a great way to reach out when it's someone's birthday or when you had a closing date. When you bought with someone, you have a closing date. That's a great way to reach out. So capture all the information on the leads that you generate and capture their info. Get as much info as possible. Okay. Yeah. Yep.
When you're supposed to send it, depending on how you put it in.
Yeah.
I usually put in to remind me like 5 days before, so I have enough time to send the card out or.
Yeah. Put them on a touch campaign. Has anyone used a touch campaign on KW Command? Any chance? You have? Not sure yet? Have you used a touch campaign? So a little bit here and there. Okay. So on Command and any other CRM, you can build touch campaigns to make sure so you won't forget to reach out to those people, right? So you can go ahead and, like she said, put the closing date on it. Make sure that then 2 weeks later, send a postcard. Then after those 2 weeks, tell them, hey, did you receive that postcard? Just checking in on you. You create a touch campaign for all these leads that you generate to stay top of mind on them. Okay.
So when you put it in Command, you can click on what's due in the next 7 days.
Yeah.
So to remind you.
Exactly. That's a touch campaign. All right, let's go ahead and strengthen casual relationships. Okay. And another way to expand your sphere is to pull those you have casual relationships with into closer proximity. So, we've already talked about this a bit when we went through your day, but start to see your everyday life, tasks, and errands as an opportunity to get into relationship or closer relationships with people. Who do you usually play games on your phone when you're going ahead and playing soccer, watching your kid's soccer match? No, right? Go and start talking with your friends' parents. That's a good way to start building relationships with people, you know? And these folks might not be in the market for a home right now, but eventually they're gonna buy or sell, right? Everyone buys or sells every 8 years. So start thinking about as you're going through your day. If you don't have time to lead generate because you're working all the time, just start thinking about it. Just talk to them about real estate here and there. That's a great way to expand your SOI. All right. And then we've covered this, referrals. And then also too is when you're talking to your sphere of influence, you do need to get in the mindset of always asking, not always, but not forgetting to ask for a referral. Who do you know, right? It might be scary at first, especially if you're just starting, but you have to get in the mindset like, hey, who do you know who might benefit of a real estate service? Who do you know who's looking to buy or sell? You know, what's their, you know, if they know and like you and trust you, I'm sure they'll give you their info, right? Probably just ask for it. Get in the habit of asking for referrals when you're meeting your SOI or your work buddies, right? They usually have a sister or brother, someone looking to buy or sell. You just got to ask them. That's simple. Okay. And pretty much this is the script for it. I'm building my business on people I know and the people they know. Do you know of anyone from family or friends, work, your neighborhood, or a group you belong to who's thinking of buying, selling a home, or investing in real estate? I'd be pleased to be a resource for them. Or if you hear a need, if you hear of someone with a real estate need, will you keep me in mind and let me know right away? That's all you have to ask. Just get in the habit. It might feel awkward at first, but you just need to get in the habit of asking that question moving forward. Okay. So what's something you guys learned? Tell me your ahas.
Lead generation is the utmost important
Mm-hmm.
to have business. And now that I know how much I have.
And now how much what else have you learned?
Treat every opportunity as a moment to eat.
Yeah. Just going about your day, you can create an opportunity from nothing. Right? All different areas.
For me is knowing that 46 hours a day for elite college.
Say it again.
4 to 6 hours a day.
4 to 6 hours.
To do elite college. That's almost a
Usually
part-time.
the top agents do it for 6 hours.
Yeah. 4 to 6 hours. But you can, I mean, you could be lead journeying out. If you can't make the time to make the calls, you can do them when you're working, right? Just meeting people. I'm sure you come across a lot of people in your job. You just ask them around. That's lead generating. 60 a day. There you go. You have conversations throughout work, you know, on your break, just going about your day. Anywhere, really. Even when you guys go get a cup of coffee, you can go approach someone and talk to someone, you know, build a relationship with them. And go to coffee together. You know? If you guys are both at the same place anyway. Use dating apps.
You know what I did that worked? It was kind of crazy. I found 2 dogs and I was trying to find their owner.
Yeah.
But I realized it gave me an opportunity to talk to the neighbors. Like, you recognize this dog? Here's my card. Let me know if you hear of anything.
Yeah.
I'm going to take my personal dog and go to neighborhoods and just pretend I'm lost.
I went and offered to look for one, and I told him, hey, while I canvas the neighborhood, I'll look for your kitty.
Right.
So I kind of planted the seed that, hey,
And being of service.
I'm
Yeah.
working. I'm a working agent. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the next door out might be good.
There's ways.
I went
There's
to
ways.
an appointment with my boyfriend because he's trying to expand. He's in apartment maintenance and
Yeah.
he knows a little HVAC, so he wants to take some courses on HVAC. So I went with him and we were meeting with the lady and I handed her my business. I was like, do you know anyone that wants to buy it? And my boyfriend starts laughing. So I hand her my business card. She's like, no, I'm just living with my parents right now. But I was like, well, if you know anyone, and she's like, actually, my sister's looking for someone. I'll give her your card. I was like,
Yeah.
haven't heard anything yet, but I know her number, so I can just
Yeah, just follow up with her, right? Even if her, let's say, even if her sister does something 3 months from now, you've already kind of established yourself as a realtor too, because you asked for it. Because you asked for it. So that's what you guys got to do. Just ask the question. Who do you know? Are you looking to buy or sell? It's scary at first, but you just got to get in the habit of asking it constantly, constantly. Okay, let's move on. So, all right. I went to the next. All right. Let's go. All right. Okay, so now that we've covered sphere of influence, talking to the people you know, who you meet in your daily life, let's go ahead and go over the best lead gen practices. We kind of already covered it, but let's go ahead and get started. So here are the 4 best practices. This first thing is track your lead sources. You need to track where your lead sources are coming from, okay? So top realtors, they usually stay consistent with 3 to 5 lead sources who they use to produce business. So what a lead source can be an expired lead. It can be an open house lead. It can be an SOI lead. That's work friends. It could be a circle prospecting lead. That's someone you're cold calling in the neighborhood. It could be a door knocking lead. You need to choose 3 to 5 lead sources, and you need to hone in those and master those, okay? So I know you said you like to do door knocking, right? What's something else that you would say you would be interested in doing? Another lead source besides door knocking? Calling? What would it be your sphere of influence?
No, because most of the people in there, or not most, but a good portion of them are either family in another country or people I just hate and don't talk to anymore.
Oh my God.
So I gotta pick and choose.
Yeah. So you want to stay consistent with at least, I would say if you're just starting, 3. Don't go to 5 and make it all, then you're complicated, gets complicated. You want to stick to at least 3. So if you're going to do SOI is going to be one of your best ones, your sphere of influence, just calling your friends and family. But then you got to choose, okay, do I want to do door knocking? If I don't want to do door knocking, I'm going to do an expired call. If I'm not going to do an expired call, maybe I'm going to do an open house, okay? And you want to hone in on those 3 lead sources because that's what the top agents do. Top agents do 5, but if you're beginning, just start out with 3. Make it easy. Don't jump around. I'm going to go into short sales. I want to work with only investors. I want to do an open house. Don't be bouncing around. Become an expert in 3 lead sources. Okay, moving forward. It's going to make it a lot more simple for you. I would say that's great marketing. That's like more marketing though. That would be more marketing. Like social media is going to be marketing. Those are more long-term approaches. So like if you're posting on Instagram all the time, like I've been posting probably about 2 years, but they didn't start reaching out to me after 1 year of posting consistently. Because it's marketing. You're not actively going out there to reach out for their business, okay? If you're going to, and the reason why I do expireds is because they're the most likely to transact within the next 90 days. Because someone already said no, they were already in the mindset of selling their home. They already told an agent, I want to sell my home. So they're going to be the most likely to do business in 90 days. So that's why I do expireds. Open houses too. Usually people who are going to open houses, I mean, they're going for a reason. They're going to do business within 60 to 120 days. Circle prospecting is a lot more long-term nurture. So if you're calling someone around the neighborhood and you're meeting them through cold calling, they might not do something right now, but it's really like a long-term approach. If you're trying to canvassing in a special neighborhood you're trying to break into, that's why you do circle prospecting. Okay.
What about farming your neighborhood?
Yeah.
And I've been doing that.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't gotten anything yet.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been in the neighborhood for so long in the neighborhood, you know, people that I used to know. going and all that, but I wasn't an agent then. So I, have their address, I have their numbers and all that. I have called,
Mm-hmm.
and some I have talked to. And then now what I'm doing since the new year, I did AI to do a cover letter and a calendar to reintroduce myself and send that out.
Yeah, that's a great way. If you really want to break into a neighborhood, a great way that you say is, have you guys ever heard of the 7th level open house? Seventh level? No 7th level open houses? So a 7th level open house is not just a regular open house. It's a grand opening, right? And you're gonna do a lot of prospecting. So if you want to break into a neighborhood, get a listing, schedule an open house for the neighborhood you want to break into, okay? And you're gonna cold call people in the neighborhood, and you're gonna promote something of value, right? Something that I've done in the past is I hired a coffee barista to come out to the open house, and if you came, you got a free cup of coffee just for coming in. And then I would buy donuts. That's a reason for the neighbors to come. Or something else we've done is we've advertised that if you come to this open house, we're gonna offer a free landscaping service. I say free landscaping service, but it really, someone's just gonna come to the front yard and cut their grass, right? Now you're building some value to people to come into your open house. And when they come to your open house, that's your presentation to them as their realtor. Just keep that in mind. If you're really trying to break into a neighborhood, when they see you for the first time, the way you present your open house is your interview, okay? Because if they see your house packed with people, if they see 40 to 60 people in your house, they're gonna be like, oh, that realtor's gonna do that for my house when I sell it. And they're coming for a reason. Even the people that say, oh, I'm just looking, I just came for that, they're already thinking for some reason. So just keep that in mind. So if that's what you want to do, breaking into neighborhood, I would do an open house, a 7th level open house. Not only that, for a 7th level open house, you got to make 1,000 calls. 1,000 calls to the neighbors, right? Because not all of them are going to answer. And then I would knock minimum 200 doors, okay? And I would do that throughout the week, the whole week. 1,000 calls, 200 doors. And then if they don't answer, leave a flyer at their door. That's how you do a 7th level open house.
But that's only for new homes?
That's going to be if you're trying to she wants to break into the neighborhood. That would be a great way to introduce yourself into that neighborhood. You do a 7th level open house.
Our mentor just did that. That's exactly what she did.
That's,
She door knocked 500 doors.
Yep.
150 each day, and then they did a follow-on to tell them how successful it was. But they also gave away. They had a drawing.
Yep.
And she had like 3 or 4 other avenues to advertise.
Yeah.
They had over 40 families in
Yep.
one day. It got so overwhelming for them they couldn't talk to everybody.
Yeah.
They had to, and she had 3 offers that following Monday.
Right. No, that's how it is. Yeah, and if you're doing that open house, when you get a listing in the neighborhood that you know is going to sell very quickly, right? You definitely want to do a 7th level open house. Reason being, and if you know you're going to do a 7th level open house, you probably want to partner up with someone if you're going to have 60 people at your house. So something that I do, if I know I have, we took a listing at West Palmdale and we listed it, I believe, at 570. It was an old investor, right? And he wanted to get it away quick. We know comp showed around 600. So the house was gonna go quick. So we did a 7th level open house. We hired the coffee barista. I brought my buddy Nick to help host with me. He's my buyer's agent. We had about 60 to 80 people come into that open house. All those people were leads, so that's how you break into the market. And not only that, after that open house, when that house sells, because it's gonna sell for over asking price if you priced it right, then you go to the neighbors again. You knock on their door and let them know you just sold it $20K over asking price, right? So they have that impression of you. Even if they don't come, they see a lot of people going to your house and see your sign. They see that a lot of people are interested in this house. Now you're the real estate expert once you sell a home in that area that fast. So that's a great way. That's a great lead source to do. But if you do it, you want to definitely master it. So that would be neighborhood. I would do that if I were you.
I was thinking
Yeah.
And just introducing myself.
Yes.
As their neighbor.
Yeah.
Because I know a few of them already.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to.
Yeah, do that. It's just you got to be consistent, and that's what it comes down to, lead generation. If you're gonna door knock a neighborhood in your neighborhood, just remember that you need to door knock again for a different reason, right? Oh, I just wanted to share with you guys the great news. The interest rates dropped. They dropped to 5.3%. They're not 7% anymore. This is great news. What are you guys planning to do? Just, you need to come with an item of value. I like the open house because it's really easy to make an incentive. Like, oh, if you show up to my open house, you're gonna get entered into a raffle where you get a chance to win $100 just for showing up. A lot of the neighbors are gonna come for that, right? But then you get all you have to do is you gotta put your name, your email address, and your home address right here. And you get in, and your birthday. There you go. And your birthday. That's a great way to capture leads, right? Another one too is what we've done is we've done a free car wash. You just have to show up to my open house, come in, check out the house, and while you're checking the house, you get a free car wash. That's another way to get leads. So just keep that in mind. That's a great way to get leads. So that's from open houses. But you got to stick with what you said you're going to do. You got to stick with, if you say you're going to do open houses. Don't do it for 1 week. Don't do it for 2 weeks. Do it for 3 to 6 months. And then stay on top of those leads. Don't forget about them. If you say you're going to do door knocking, make sure you're door knocking consistently. Time block it moving forward. Because the second you stop doing it, you lose those leads. You're going to forget about it. And you're jumping into new things. So you got to learn that skill again, right? So stick with 3 lead sources moving forward and make sure you're consistent with the lead generation moving forward. Let's go ahead and so track your lead sources and be consistent. Perfect. Okay. And we've kind of went over this, but it is really important to time block your lead generation when you said you're going to make calls, right? Because eventually you're going to have to call someone. You're going to have to call someone. So schedule that in your calendar moving forward. If you're saying you're going to do it, I have from 11 to 1 to call, make sure you make those calls from 11 to 1. You need to get in the mindset. Like you might have gotten something that I do when I make calls is we have a little cubicle, right? So if I know I'm going to make calls, I have these little sayings that say like, people are waiting for me to call. People need me to call them. People want my help. So you need to get in the mindset of attacking those limiting beliefs you might have moving forward. Not only that, practice, role play, prepare a list of who you're going to call. So prepare a list of the people you're going to call that day beforehand too. That way you kind of already know what you're going to say. Next thing is take action, make the call, and then you put them in your database and you just keep following up. And it's a repeat thing. You're going to keep doing it. Keep doing it. And make sure when you're making those calls, also have some provisions available. Make sure you have a little snack in there or water. Make sure that if you have to delete Instagram because you can't get off of Instagram, delete it for those 2 hours. And then download it back again. Tell people who are around you, if you're doing it in your office, tell people this is my lead generation time. So like, I think Julie Chica, if she has the door closed, it says I'm lead generating. Don't knock, right? You need to make sure that you take that appointment very seriously with yourself. It's an appointment with yourself. It's not like, oh, I'm just gonna make calls and then track it. How many calls am I making? Because if it took you 2 hours to make 5 calls, you probably weren't on the phone that long. So what were you doing? So you need to track how many people you're talking to. Log your contacts. How many people are talking to per hour, right? If you're spending an hour, you should be talking about at least 10 to 15 people in an hour. So if you only do 5 contacts, you're not lead generating for a full hour. You've been lead generating for 30 minutes, so track it. That's what you need to do. Okay, so tell me what you guys have learned, something new that you guys learned. I know, it just keep coming back to the same thing. I try to change it up.
Very important to pick 3.
Pick 3. Yep.
Be safe too.
Yeah, no time. Go ahead.
Oh, being specific about your time, protecting your time block.
Yeah.
The provisions is important for me because I don't want to have to think about going down, making a big lunch, taking away from my time.
Yeah.
Sweeping for moments. I got to do that. I got to have a cat that likes to cry all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I got to make sure he's sleeping.
Yeah. Something because I have a dog in front of my house and he's hungry. He's scratching. I gotta feed him before I make my calls.
Yeah.
Right? That way he's not bugging.
Yeah.
That way he's not bugging. You really do have to take your lead generation time very seriously moving forward. Because it's gonna show within 3 to 6 months from now whether you've been lead generating or not. Right? And that's gonna be the next thing is how to stay, besides that, like how to stay motivated after you've been doing it for 3 months and you have nothing, right? You just got to keep doing it consistently moving forward. And it's never going to stop.
And you have to remember when you call family and friends,
Yeah.
it goes too long. You got to have how to get out of it.
Yeah.
You could be calling about 3 people that you don't know.
Yeah.
But when you get on there with a person that you do know, if it's family and friends,
Yeah.
they want to talk a long time.
Yeah.
I'd say save those for the end.
Yep. And you want to, when you're time blocking too, time block, I know I said do 2 hours of lead gen, but time block the lead source too. So if you're going to do 1 hour of SOI, do 1 hour and then do time block for 1 hour for follow-up to everyone in general. Or time block 1 hour for open houses, talking to the people you met at the open house. Time block that out. That way you're not going, oh, I forgot to call this person. I forgot to call this person. It's already in your schedule. So you don't forget moving forward. So it's really important to do that. So I think we're pretty much. And then who's been doing their daily success system? Who's been hitting it?
Oh, that.
You have?
Yeah, I have, except I'm not sure what it meant enrichments.
For the enrichments, I believe.
Enrichment is learning. Something
Learning.
new.
Yeah, and then the rest we're gonna go. That's after, but pretty much it's just 10 contacts. Add 10 contacts to your database. Write 10 postcards, and then social media engagement.
Yeah, enrichment can also be you're reading a book or something
Yep.
that you want to learn, expand your knowledge on. Like the shift book or the NREA.
Yeah.
Question, if they gave you, say you have a CRM system where they signed up,
Mhm.
they gave you their phone number. If their phone number is typically on a do not call system, but they gave it to you in your lead gen, there's some expectation that someone's going to reach out to them. Is it okay to call them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they gave you permission to call.
That's
Yeah.
basically permission. Okay.
Yeah, because they gave it to you, so they're giving you permission to call them.
I usually ask them, I'm like, is it okay if I send you stuff?
Yeah.
Please don't call me. Yes, then that's a difference. Okay.
Where can we find if their number is listed on the do not call list?
Do not call.gov.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Usually,
We're given you.
people who really don't want you to call you, they're gonna tell you, like, don't call me, and then at that point, you don't want to call them.
And if you get a list from, for example, from Sandra from Title, the list may have a DNC next to it. Sometimes they can scrub the information, sometimes they can't.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was my understanding, we're not telemarketers, we are service providers.
Yeah.
So, somebody, I guess if somebody says, I made a donut call, you're calling me and you shouldn't be calling me, says, well, I'm sorry, I'm not asking for, either that or just say, I'm sorry, didn't know that.
Yeah. That's pretty much it.
Smart. Thank you.
So where's the source to get the phone number?
For which source? Which source?
Calls in general. Your title.
Yeah, title. If you want to do, it depends. Title's going to be the best one.
For farming or anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they'll usually give that to you for free, which is pretty cool.
And sometimes you can sign up with them. They'll give you your own programs.
Yeah.
Or you can just pick your own favorites.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. All right, let's move on. Okay. So, but moving forward, definitely start to get into that mindset of I gotta lead generate. I gotta talk to people. I gotta reach out. I got to make a relationship with someone that I don't know. Because it's the most important thing moving forward. Okay? It's never gonna stop. Top agents do it no matter what. It's the last thing you're gonna give up to when you leave the real estate business. It's the last thing. That's the foundation. So just make sure you guys get in that mindset moving forward. Okay? Any other questions though?
How do you get expireds?
You could get them from Title II, I believe. If not, Arch Agent has them. Arch Agent, I found if you're doing expireds, has the best quality numbers. Arch Agent, yeah.
The ARCH.
ARCH agents. It should be .com. So that one, I believe you do have to pay for that one, but I found like because I've done Mojo, Vulcan, Arch Agent usually has the best like numbers. You can too. You can too. But Arch Agent like has it already printed out, filtered it out, so it's really helpful.
Yeah, ARTH.com.
ARCH.
C?
C.
Oh,
AR.
RCHagents.com?
Yes. Yeah.
How much do they charge?
I believe it's like $199 a month. My team pays for mine, but I know Mojo charges around $250 a month for him. But they are really good leads, though. You know, if you really want to get into expireds, Arch Agent or Mojo, or even Vulcan too, they'll work. It just comes down to keep doing it over and over again moving forward. That's pretty much what it is. I mean, even if you don't know what to say, you're bound to come across someone who's saying, yeah, I'm ready to sell. Right? If you ask 1,000 people in one day, do you want to buy or sell? One person's going to say, yeah, maybe in 3 months, right? You just got to be consistent with that. Just moving forward. So that's pretty much it, though. Yeah. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. That was great.
Thank you. Now let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.
Oh, we have Nico, just a little bit.
Nico?
Communication. Today's Friday.
Oh, yeah, for 12, right?
11.
Oh, 11?
I guess I thought since
Yeah,
they were
just
doing,
about now.
I thought since they were doing
Ignite?
Ignite that they.
Yeah.
Let's see, I think maybe
Yep.
starting next week.
Thank you very much.
Of course.
But to do the farming like I'm doing, they say, yeah, but you really to do that 7 levels, and you have to have a house on the
Yeah.
market, right?
So what you could do is, let's say, I'm sure in your neighborhood, because KW is so big, I would call the agent of a KW agent, say, hey, can I host your open house this Saturday? Yeah. Yeah. And then most of the time they're like, yeah,